Well, yeah. I make myself a snack, but there's no time.
Swingerless as well. Yeah.
Those go. Hey.
Hundo has so many LCBs now. I just thought about it. Like, I was listing off some of them and I'm like, I missed some of them.
We can't jellyfish today.
It's actually insane how many there are. And how it's much less of a routing decision and more of like, I'm gonna do this LCB on whether or not you're gonna save like a bunch of time in Hundo for like higher level players.
Ready for another fantastic day. That was a ton of fun. I should do it again sometime.
JF2, weird champ. That should be a meme. JF2 and 80%, and it's like someone looking at you weird. And then JF2 and Hundo, and someone's like, this is amazing. This is the best invention ever made.
Now I can wear 4 pairs of underwear. This is great. Downtown.
Isn't literally like, so theoretically, can I make this into a RSS route by just doing RSS instead of VMS? I mean, I wouldn't get the shoal spat, but if you had an extra spat in early game, you could just do that. I just realized that, like, I don't get a spat here. I just go on top of shoals. Hey, VMS worked. Come on. Why is this Tartarbot spawn late? The whole squad wanted to show up.
Bubble.
With sleep,
Dream. Ow!
Bruh, come on. That was kind of lame. I accidentally ledge grabbed.
Heck. Ow!
It's alright. That box, there's like a lot of ways I can get back there. I can't forget the Sandy's Dream box though.
what?
I just really want to be sure I got it.
Fiddlesticks!
Nice. Poseidon time. Hasn't been too bad so far.
Looks like the robots left itself vulnerable. Great
I
barrier
finally got a
reef.
fan in here, so now I don't have to like die every time I turn my Xbox on. Kind of fun.
Now the
Because I used to
robots
like
getting a
sweat
beating
and it
out
would make me
there.
real tired after like 2 attempts.
The robot better change tactics and fast. Spying! The old clothesline move. Hey, my back feels better. The robot's
Alright, I'm
losing
gonna turn
its
it up.
head.
One
What
setting.
a shocking takedown by Patrick. Oh, nice flying, head thing move by Patrick. Wow, I've never
I thought
seen
that wasn't
such
gonna
an
make it.
electrifying match.
Bro, why? Okay. I turned my fan up by 1 speed. There's 6 speeds and it's on 3 right now. It feels like instantly cooler by like a lot when I turn to 3. Cause I've had it on 2 for a
What
while.
an opening for a guy
And then like
literally
I'm
filled
doing a
with
little more
openings.
intense stuff with like the
Oh,
Xbox,
what an
so
uppercut.
on 3.
Nice move by SpongeBob. This match is just about over. That rope.
Bruh.
Hey.
Okay, this is where I have to like actually start remembering how to do hundo. Using this split. Also, how do I do this little bull skip here? That probably saves like half a second. I remember trying it and every time I tried it I would always get a slam. Bro, let's go. Fat guy skip. Second try. Very epic, let's go. Nah, bruh, late. What? Yes, fine. That was scary. Dude, why am I missing this? That was so fun. was very fun. About to go the wrong way. I died. I don't know the cycles. What is going on? Hot bubble cycle. I'll have to look into it. I wish we still did 4-spin. 4-spin was pretty cool. Alright. I don't know what just happened. Fun. Suck at Guppy? Are you feeling like Guppy Mound or Mr. LCB? Oh yeah, okay. That sucks. May 14th, that's like 3 years after I started. I don't know if it was May 14th or what day it was that I started exactly, but that's pretty unreal. I wonder how many shinies I'm gonna have at the very end. Wait, can you hear my game through my mic? Bro. Something's like really loud in my mic or something. Okay, it was SBA. My mic was like picking up SBA for some reason. Yeah, that's crazy. A lot of these people on the boards were barely like getting started 2 years ago. Dude, everyone's been around since like 2018 and they all started in like 2020 speedrunning the game. It's kind of crazy. Everyone except for like me basically who started in 2020. Dude, sub hour in a month is crazy.
You've just met us.
Yeah, I lost time. That sucks. I got sub 1 on 360 5 months after I started, roughly. I believe I got the sub 1 equivalent like 3 months after I started, roughly. I don't know. Almost didn't get that. .360 was so cool back in the day.
The Marmalade.
I remember it was like all I had. Okay. Nice. First try. When I casually played the game, oh yeah, lag clips where you could just like one pause and you clip half the time. Those were really good.
Ouch! Oh!
I was really bad at lag clips because my mashing speed in general is like super slow. Unless I'm like really trying to mash, I only mash at like 7 a second at best. Dude, PS2 lag clips though, you don't even have to like pause the game. You just like turn the camera the wrong direction and you clip.
Yeah!
That's pretty funny.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! Woo! Up we go!
Crystal box, let's go. I have 2 boxes because one of them, remember my first one had Thompson drive and it crashed in Dilemma like 50% of the time. So I got another one and that one crashed in Rooftops like 100% of the time, like upon entering it. So I had to go back to 360, but then like shortly after was when the HDD stuff started. Oh.
Ah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy!
Robo Sandy cheap %. The runs have been going alright. This is a fairly new category, or this is like fairly new to me. I haven't really ran Hundo much recently. Good %. Oh, I was supposed to get the warp. I forgot. Yeah, I saw you talking about it.
So that
It's not that bad. I remember trying Bull VMS and just, I guess I don't know how to do it. So I never got it. But
so that so that
I can't do any of the UCBs. Screw that.
so that
Almost done.
so that
Is this the last one?
So that
I don't know my spat counts right now. So,
the op-
no. Dude, LSS is kind of fun when you don't miss it a million times.
Sandmount.
I'm doing LSS and Hundo because I don't want to do the LCB for Larry. Forever and ever, LSS was like the any percent run killer for me. Like a run would make it there, and I was like on good pace, and I just kept missing it. Thankfully, it like finally just like stopped missing. Although I think I missed it in my recent PB, so that kind of sucks. The route I did Guppy in mid game and not late game. Cause I did that Shoy route. Cause it was like super easy, but it's very strict. Like it loses a lot of time over the double VMS. Okay. The ML, the Murmular late route, I mean, that's like everything these days. Oh, Murm last, sorry, I read that wrong. It was like with the sponge ball where like you got the sponge ball instead of cruise boosting or whatever, right?
Hello.
I think that's what it was. Oh yeah, VMS Pineapple back before the new disable was found. Oh, okay. I remember that now. I didn't kick anything. What was happening? What is happening? Can you stop? Can you stop? I don't even know what just happened, but cool, I guess. Okay, time for Keikona sock. Alright, it's done. I died in Krusty Krab in my last run, by the way.
I feel like I should be working.
I don't know how to do Hundo and Krusty Krab and Hundo, so. It's like the one thing I don't know how to do.
Phew.
Yay.
Yikes! Looks like SpongeBob's in for a rough ride. Great Barrier Reef!
That was a very average early and mid game, but it's fine.
That's the ticket!
I can like easily PB if I have like a okay enough late game. Anchorless like the UCB?
The robot better change
I remember
tactics and
watching
fast.
Shift lose his mind over that. Back whenever it was like first a thing.
Do-si-do and around
And
you
I've just
go.
never done any of the UCB stuff. I've attempted to do the Sand Mountain Larry Slide one. But besides that, I haven't really done much.
What is
I'm
Sandy
scared to
going
even do
to
like
get
double dupe
SpongeBob
because I don't
unfrozen?
know about SBA. I don't want to like mess something up.
Do-si-do and around you go. Look at that! The robot's made himself dizzy. That hot goo could melt anything. Oh, that's gotta sting.
I almost died. That was kind of weird.
One more douse with that stuff, and SpongeBob will be back in the ring. Oh, that was a doozy.
I think I might have died in this fight as a kid. I don't remember though. For whatever reason, I remember Dream being a lot different. Like, I don't know. I have a lot of memories of games being like a lot bigger than I see them now.
Robot's taking a beating.
I think I'd be more inclined to do Mr. LCB and 90% than Hundo as well. Couldn't tell you why, but yeah.
Do-si-do and around you go.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
He spun in extra time.
It looks like SpongeBob has an opportunity here.
It's so weird. Like, SpongeBob's Dream when I was a kid, I thought I remembered it having like a lot more than it does. And we're talking about like when I had nightmares from playing Dutchman for some reason.
The robot better change tactics and fast.
I don't remember movie like having more. I just remember movie being movie, but that sucks. I remember when I was like, I used to play the games when I was really young, and then I revisited them when I was like 13 or 14. And I remember just not thinking they were fun, kinda.
That's the ticket.
I don't remember why, but
I'm
I've beaten both
taking a
too.
little bounce on the old
Okay, how do I do this? Do I press bowl then R or R then bowl?
where I keep all my old comic books.
I haven't done those bowl boosts in ages. Mash both at the same time, okay. Okay, under the moat. I've practiced and probably won't miss this time. I remember being on 360 and there was like that bash bug. So under the moat, like getting that bash was like way tougher than it needed to be. Yeah, man. I'll come back and get that later. Or I'll die, you know, that works too. That's like the reason I didn't want to do it at any percent, because like that would happen like every run if I did it in any percent more than I did it. Okay, the third kid's gonna be like way ahead of where I need it to be. Come on, the third kid was in a good spot. Yeah, I've practiced this a lot, and it just like scares me every time I do it still. I got the last stock in early game. That's how I do it. Like I always get that last one in early game. And I died here. That's fun.
Keep up. Yeah,
Xbox Cycle's not like the worst thing ever. And then GameCube has it like free where you can literally like miss the first cruise boost as much as you want or something.
I'm built.
What's LCB? Sim Despair, whatever that emote is. Alright, nice. Don't you just want to like reload when you finish this? Or do you want to go through the box still?
Congrats.
Off. I've never done Woods LCB in a run though. I've done it in practice a few times, like getting the LCB, but I've never done the movement. Yeah, I'm losing time because of that LCB being kind of bad. Or not LCB, the RCB. I didn't get no LCB. Alright, Flounder LCB.
I fly.
Hopefully I can get this in a fairly okay amount of time. There we go. Not bad. Better than the last run. Oh, I think this is a little bit of a slower speed. I had my camera turned like just slightly too far to the right. Nice. All the Sandmen have been defeated. Rip Smiley. I should really just keep the LCB, but if I get hit, who cares? Now I just have to get an RCB within a good time. I forgot where the box was. Oh. I forgot something in Lodge. I wish I knew what to do. I probably did that completely wrong. First try BRC. What a legend.
I have.
Yeah, I don't go to that area in mid-game. That's why I don't do it in mid-game. It was always a mid-game sock until I like switched up my route a little bit. Yeah, I'm doing the half merm route that you did in your Hundo PB. Okay, I don't know the fast security tunnel or the fast lobby sock method. Also, I forgot security sock. That's pretty cool. I'll go back and do it. Skip splits to accurate. Okay, Kelp Forest. Bruh, that's unfortunate. What sock did you miss? I'd just like bruh. You missed K Kona sock. Okay. My favorite sock in the game. I do some like weird movement that's like consistent, but I barely made that. What's the jumping on the stone tiki way? I don't know the fast one. I think whenever I learned this, I learned like the Curtis tutorial woods route, and I haven't really wanted to upgrade since. Yeah, there you go. Also, I'm not doing the slide with the cruise boost because screw that. Yeah, it's from like 2019. It's super old and dated now. But it was like, it's a good beginner thing. And like, especially because I don't want to do like LCB woods, I kind of just didn't learn the segment. Whenever I learned Hundo like in late 2020. And I just didn't care to update my kelp forest routing. Do you have a video of it? Because that could help.
Hey, kid.
Okay, I could probably find it then. Okay, hopefully Vine Climb is like okay for the time being. I didn't even get on the vine. Nice. Dude, that was me in like my first like 3 runs of Hundo. And then I remember like I did a Hundo run HDD and was really bad, but I didn't want to do Hundo anymore at the time. My all-level spats PB could be like way better than it is. I believe it's still like a 130 or a 140 from back in like mid 2021 because there was that tourney that was going on. $134. That's not bad. 10 minutes on VMS. Good. Can you clip? Thanks.
Barney.
Yeah, that was actually not bad. No, like the time loss. A 119 in ALS? Bruh. I forget what my PB in that category is, but that category is like terrible because note jump. If you want to do like a top level route. Yeah, dude, sub 110. I could probably sub 110 ALS if like I really wanted to. I just cruise boost slow. I don't like that sleepy time. I don't know how to do that part. Because I do what everyone tells me where it's just like spin. And I never destroy him. Did I not take damage there? Also, did I get both socks? Or is there one after the camper? Wait, I got both socks, okay. Hopefully I did. Yeah. If no analog input, that might make a little more sense. That's probably why I keep missing it. Bruh. Can I still make sock cycle? Answer is yes. Very weird sock cycle, but I made it. Alright, FDG. I had like a really good FDG.
The graveyard.
Dude, yeah, ALS Sand Mountain is so good. It's so good. Cause it's like you do Flounder without the Sandman. It's so good. You get the LCB and it's like, oh, okay. I don't have to do any of the hard stuff. I don't like doing squid boost, so. You choked 425 to GCB. Huh? I don't know what just happened. That sucks.
Ahoy!
Alright. Yeah. Pace alert? What kind of pace am I on? I thought I could make it to that platform. Yeah, I have to wait. Nah. Things happen. I hope I'm on PB pace. Maybe not anymore, but thanks for good luck. Oh yeah, there's like a lot of time to save in downtown. I remember because I died in Sea Needle. And I forgot what I was doing in lasers. I remember that. So thanks for congrats on 49. Let's go. Same to you. You got it like the day before I did or something. I forgot about the sock for a second. Dude, come on. What was that? Yeah, that's the keep CB. I don't know what I'm doing here. I was long overdue until I got it. This is fun. At least there's time saved for the next run. Or what? Let's go.
Had enough? You
Yeah, but you had been playing on PS2 and like your skill on PS2 was pretty great, so. I went from like 59 to 55, I think to 52, and then I skipped 51. I don't remember. I keep forgetting I don't need to go that way because I'm not doing a meatball hell or whatever it's called. I remember the 49 where you like had to retime it. Wasn't that one like a 50 flat or something? Sky Route. Is Sky Route the one that did like Mermid or something? I remember trying that route, but like I'm not very consistent with a bunch of things, and so that's why it kind of failed. Skip 48? Bruh. I'm not sure about skip 48, but maybe skip 49. Because I know like a lot of... Oh, skip 248. Yeah, you can do that. A lot of people have done that. Yeah, dude, that Sandy Rooftops early game route, that was terrible. Thankfully, I didn't do that. So. Let's go. I got rock skip. I struggle to play like super close to my summon best most times. Wait. Wouldn't it ideally be good to just like get this sock? Then go and do Drain the Lake? Because like I go back down there anyways. Screw doing the double dupe stuff. I know like a lot of people like that route, but I just don't like it that much. That's fair. Drainless. Never. I'm not doing Drainless yet. That seems terrible. Oh, bruh. Is Drainless tough? I know yesterday I asked about it and something about the movement being tough. And the LCB was like free. Why'd I warp there? Yeah, I heard that the LCB is like the easiest in the game. Yeah. I remember doing DTLC and like the turnaround for that spat was really bad. Melon boost? Which one's that? Oh, bruh. Sounds terrible. I did DTLC in like 3 of my runs, and then immediately it was like, HDD was the thing, so I never had to do it again. Bruh. I probably didn't know. That was supposed to... Yeah, Brain LCB, that one was pretty easy. And you do like Diet Brain if you get that. Andy's Dream LCB. Oh. Rip. I forgot to do this stuff, but fine. Yeah, I mean, regular method's better if you actually know how to do it. I remember when I first learned how to do brain, and like I could never get the TV jump to the TV thing. Lighthouse disable. I hate lighthouse disable. I remember like it took me like 3 minutes to get it every time I did it. What? I even heard the slam. Like I got the slam and it like landed, but it was like, nope, you're drowning. What sock did I miss? Oh, yeah, I'm doing, it's the VMS sock. Alright, thanks for good luck. Yeah. I used to do Lighthouse Disable when I did like my first Hundo runs. Okay, I'm doing the ACB, or I'm gonna try to do the ACB. The ACB movement's like super fun and cool. Yeah, I got the cruise boost first try. And this is like the fastest one I've ever gotten, I think. Because it feels like the fastest one I've ever gotten. I'm coming back for the wheel. Screw that. Screw that. That wheel's not that hard to get to, so I don't really care. I need to see that then. Because I just looked at what shifted and like copied that.
What's that?
Can I get a cruise boost, please? Instead of pressing B 1 frame early every single second of my life. I need to get that one wheel also. The wheel was down there. Alright. Cruise boosting this run hasn't been the greatest. At least not in downtown. Here comes the best part of it.
Your hunt 3 years running. Thank you.
That barely made it. Why didn't it want me to the stupid bounce? I don't get it. Or it didn't want me to bash. Like it gave me a really delayed bash for some reason. I remember this is what shifted like forever and ever. It's like what I just did.
Number 1 in the Bikini Bottom scavenger hunt 3 years running. Thank you.
Don't ask me why I'm doing it like this. I just am. Nice.
You'll
Say hello to my little bubble friend.
I'll get the wheel last. Yeah, I'll get the wheel last. Time for Sea Needle.
ah.
Ultimate wedgie experience.
Okay, so just don't get the floating tiki, but get everything else. That's awesome.
Number 1 in the Bikini Bottom scavenger hunt 3 years running. Thank you. Ultimate wedgie experience.
I love Sea Needle. My favorite segment in the entire run.
Ultimate wedgie experience.
Because I don't want to watch the Curtis tutorial on how to do Sea Needle. That's why it's my favorite part of the entire run. Did I not touch that Thunder Tiki?
Wedgie experience.
I touched the Thunder Tiki. You could like tell from the momentum. It's so terrible. Yeah, I remember like when Shift did the cruise boost cycle, it was always the third one that like gave him troubles.
Good.
Okay. I learned this movement from somewhere. That was pretty neat. Now I do it. Yeah, south door skip, but south door skip is like a 1 frame. You have to like cruise bubble the door, and then you have to like press the cruise bubble to frame. Like the frame it ends or something. I don't remember. Something weird like that. Me and 1 frames are a big no-no, so. Yeah, something weird. Alright, time to do this. Hopefully that's high enough. Come on. Bro, are you... That was like barely not high enough. What about this? Okay, rock bottom. I'd say I'm basically guaranteed a PB because my rock bottom was terrible, so I'm like almost 100% gonna beat it. I can do that later. Cruise boost is slow. Oh wait, I know how to do this. My sand. Nice. I lost a lot of time last run to that. Also, can't forget the sock at the very beginning. Museum. And the art. Cares. Warpless strats and be like, ooh. Thanks for following.
Number 1 in the Bikini Bottom scavenger hunt, 3 years running. Thank you.
Probably. I need to like rewatch a Hundo route like completely to know the route from start to finish. But yeah, I'm doing the sock last. The bad sock, I should say. Or the clam, I mean the clam. Why'd I call it the bad sock? I'm sorry? What just happened?
I've got.
Oh, I have to get the Socken Museum. I forgot to do it. After lasers. Save buffering only works on GameCube. But you can pause buffer to make BRC 100% consistent on every other console. Oh yeah, maybe PS2 as well. So many PS2 exclusive things. Oh yeah, use disc eject and RoboPat. I didn't even get the sock. A scam.
Now,
Or why'd I warp there? Disc eject.
well, what?
Lame.
Left.
A crab's dream. I'm missing a sock, by the way. Like, what's an easy to forget sock that I probably missed? I just got the Star Museum one, like, right now. Dude, can I like... I literally just got that sock. I forgot to pause. Everything just like stopped trying to kill me for a second. Really? Alright, what sock would I have forgotten? I forgot one in Bikini Bottom. I grabbed the crab sock, right? Oh yeah, TV sock, right? Ooh, okay, cool. Okay, major PV alert. Nice. Wow. I know it's only saves time if I get like a first try RCB, but who cares?
Here, yes, but they don't serve love.
And here we are, folks, the main event.
I also do some like really outdated brain strats because I don't want to learn the new stuff.
The robot is down.
Like, or at least this part, phase 1. Not like fast brain.
The robot
but-
better change tactics and fast. Will SpongeBob be able to neutralize the giant robot's brain?
Okay.
Will SpongeBob be able to neutralize the giant robot's brain?
It didn't want to give me a cruise boost. I thought the angle was going to be too far to the left. Right. Cool, I guess. Nice. That's an actual PB, so let's go. Oh, thanks for GG's.
SpongeBob, you did it!
What'd he do? What? Oh, yeah. All my plans ruined.
Hold on.
That does it. I'm becoming a lawyer. You haven't defeated me yet. I still have lots of robots all over Bikini Bottom. I'll summon them all, and then we'll see. Uh-oh. I'll destroy you. You'll
He got
destroy
one
me.
what?
I'll destroy you. I'll destroy you twice as hard. Oh yeah? I'll destroy you plus one. Well, I'll destroy you plus infinity.
I barely know. Oh yeah, Hundo world record? Wasn't it like a 109 flat?
Stupid robot. Who are you calling stupid? I went to community
I think that was yesterday.
oversized copy
Because today he's had like the
show you. Come here and fight like a model.
potato internet.